Today I'm gonna be doing some commentary on my 3.3 Spiral Abyss run, and I did record live commentary, but there's like I forgot to turn off my heater, and there's people talking in the background, so the recording was like not that good, and like just too much background noise. So I just decided to do a commentary like afterwards. And yeah, just going to open up floor 11. It's only different because they just added like pyrolectors, and yeah, that's basically it. So it's like pretty easy. First chamber is basically just like a bunch of AoE stuff. I protect the totem, so having like a animo grouper is like really nice. As you can see, like you just suck them all together, and all those swirls just react with like every other element, and it's just like satisfying. So yeah, there's specters here, and then after that there's like a third wave of those slimes that spawn, and it's pretty easy, like pretty good. I don't know, Kazuha really just hard carries basically, and also because I have like dual elements doing damage. Like international team is like, really good because you basically can't ever get countered by the lineup because you have two elements doing damage, and yeah, it's just like really nice. So this is the first one down. Second one, there's just 4 of those Dorito robots, and they're like all over the, like they're like, I don't know, far away from each other. So having Venti is really nice because, believe it or not, Venti can actually suck these guys up, unlike those Rift Hounds, those pesky little Rift Hounds. And yeah, like this freeze team just does really well against AoE stuff, and they don't really have that much HP, so yeah, really easy. And chamber 2 is also pretty easy. It's just those pyrolectors, but obviously I have child, so yeah, it's like not hard at all. And here, like, I would recommend that you save Shenling ult, because you don't really need to waste it here. You just use Tartaglia, and those guys will be dead, and you can just save it to kill the Lecter faster. You know, I was like looking a little lost there because I can't really see properly through the Kazuha like animation or like that ult. Like all those leaves blocking my vision. But yeah, like it's like pretty easy. I think if I would change anything about this run, I would probably keep those Hydra Abyss mages alive for longer, so that I could swirl Hydra on them. I think that would be pretty genius, but I don't know if they could live long enough for that to actually be able to swirl Hydra, because I think maybe Shenling ult, the Kazo ult, and Bennett, and like all that like pyro application and damage, just gonna like kill those Lecters, like I mean those like mages so fast that I can't even like keep them alive for the extra Hydra application. Yeah, moving on to the second half here. I think this half is like really easy, and yeah, like having a Favonius sword Ayaka, like pretty good for battering the team. It's kind of a meme, but you know, in floor 11 you don't really need the extra damage from running like a damage sword, so I think having fast sword is pretty good. But yeah, obviously it's not that optimal because it does like a lot less damage, and against like single target boss fights you kind of want Ayaka to have a good sword. But it doesn't really matter here, just really looking for more comfort since I have good enough artifacts to run the fast sword Ayaka. But looking into the first half here, of Chamber 3. It's just an AoE situation, and they spawn pretty much grouped up, so just one Kazuo Holdy and I can just suck them all together, which is like pretty nice. And yeah, it's this Mirror Maiden that pretty smart, like TP'd out of my like all my setup stuff. So she like avoided taking a bunch of damage. Good on her, but she's not gonna stay alive for much longer, unfortunately for her. And it's just these weak fungi dudes left. Yeah, just make quick work of these mushrooms and whatever. And yeah, bongo heads, cousins, basically. And yeah, I like to joke whenever like I'm at a restaurant or like it's like a dish with like fungi in it. I'm like the same, like eating bongo heads cousins. And yeah, like next up is these 4 like flying dudes. They're like really annoying because they do like those ranged missile attacks, and they also don't really group together properly, since if you run further away from them they don't chase you, but then they just like stand there and shoot missiles at you, which is like super annoying. But yeah, this team, you kind of want them to like walk together, because obviously Venti can't suck them together. But like I think 2 of them actually do like end up grouping together or something like that, but I don't really remember. But you might have noticed that like my, what do you call it, my the enemies spawn like slower. Like I'll press the start button and then they spawn in like like a few seconds later. The reason is because I re-downloaded this game on my hard drive because it's taking up too much space on my M.2 drive. And yeah, obviously the M.2 drive takes like loads and like save stuff faster than the hard drive does, since the hard drive is just like this physical spinny disk. And it's like I lose a little bit of time, but it's like whatever. Like I could open the map or like some menu to like save time and wait for it to spawn until I like exit the menu, but it's okay. The more annoying thing is like whenever I teleport somewhere or like I want to open up the game, like it takes like a significantly longer time for it to do so. So it's kind of annoying, but there's nothing I can really do about it because I don't have more space, and I can't really buy like more parts. So yeah, just have to cope harder. But floor 12, I honestly, when I was looking at the lineup, like I honestly overestimated how difficult it would be. This one's like a lot easier than the previous Abyss because the lineup is like a lot less HP in the pool, and like there's a lot less RNG involved. Like I honestly overestimated how much like HP the wolflord had. But yeah, I usually run freeze and international because those are my strongest teams. But obviously you're not gonna catch me using freeze in this Abyss because it really doesn't do well against PMA or J-Proom, Terrashroom, because you just can't get any DPS uptime on it. They're just gonna fly out of your Ayaka burst or like your Venti burst or whatever. And yeah, that's like basically GG. You literally can't get any DPS uptime on those bosses. So it's like freeze is nerfed really hard because it doesn't do well against those bosses. So I just decided to go with the Raiden Eula because that actually works against like the wolflord and stuff. And it's just like, I mean, it's doable with like freeze team and Ayaka and stuff. It's just like a lot harder, and you need like more retries. And yeah, but this first half here, I kind of have a bot and I mess up my double swirl setup like a lot of times for some reason. I don't know, I was like playing like a bot. But yeah, so I switched to Bennett and then I tapped the Bennett Eve. This bad habit basically. usually switch to Kazuha and then hold E and stuff, but yeah. I don't know why I'm doing like so badly. This time I do it properly, and the rotation is just child E and you want to be up close to apply Hydro, and then you Bennett ult to remove some of the Hydro aura, and then you go Kazuha hold E to swirl both Hydro and Pyro, and then you go back to child and then you ult, and then you wait a little bit for the ult to hit before you use your E, or else your ult isn't going to vape because the E stole away the vape. So yeah, and after around like 9 seconds or so, you want to switch off child and start battering your units again, and then yeah, just repeat the same thing, except like sometimes it's not it depends if you want to double swirl again or not, but it's just easier to not double swirl because obviously you need a charge shot on child and you might get interrupted, or you know, like the boss like flies away and stuff, so it's just like a little bit annoying to charge shot to get the double swirl. So usually I just only swirl Pyro. So yeah, on the second rotation at least. Like on the first rotation, double swirling is like really easy, but that's only because this is like a annoying boss. Like if you're fighting like multiple opponents, then it's a lot easier to double swirl because all you have to do is just apply Hydra to like one target and apply Pyro to the other one, and then you can double swirl like really easily. Like you don't need to do it all on, do a setup that's like jank. But here, like I was just trying to get my burst back, so I wasted like some time, but obviously it's not really gonna cost me anything because I still cleared like really fast. In the second half, just a bunch of air mites, and then yeah, they spawn like those things. And you generally want to just kill the Geo guy first, because the other two, like you can see, they try to hit you, and the Geo guy like runs away from you, so it's like better to kill the Geo person first. I mean, like, be closer to him, I guess you could say. But yeah, I just keep getting frozen here because honestly it's these guys, but it shouldn't matter because, you know, like I have enough damage to clear it. So here my plan is just to kill these guys with my autos, and then use my burst and stuff on this guy, and yeah, it works out pretty well. I think I'm gonna get my stuff back, and I think I just popped my Raiden ult here. Yeah, and it's pretty easy clear right here. The reason why I don't really like eula is because it's like backloaded damage, so that's why I prefer not using eula. And also there's like a bunch of gameplay problems, like sometimes like the enemy is gonna go away from you and stuff, and you can't get stacks because or like they dodge your ult, or the ult is just overkill because your autos already took off like most of their damage, most of their HP, and then the ult is just like kind of wasted. But yeah, it's still pretty satisfying to play eula because, you know, you gotta see a big number, but that's like the only redeeming factor basically. But yeah, take like 2 rotations for this. I don't know, this person spawns a bird, which is pretty annoying, and I literally whiff a charge shot at like, which is like kind of embarrassing, but I still get the job done here. I think I took like way too long though. Yeah, I definitely taking like a lot longer than I should. I think clearing within 2 rotations is basically the play there. Here you just wanna, like, against the wolflord, you wanna get your energy back when it first spawns, because you get like a lot of time to hit it and stuff. It's like really good, nice to get your energy back at that point. And the biggest tip I have for fighting the wolflord is just to know like the patterns, because it's really important to know, especially because it's such a limited window of time that you really want to precast your bursts and stuff like that so you get maximum amount of damage uptime on it, and that's the only way like you're gonna be able to make the wolflord come down like as soon as possible to spawn the 3 totems and get it to the second phase. And after you just destroy the 3 totems, like obviously it's gonna be vulnerable for a long time, so you want it to like take off like around half of its health pool when it does a lucky like RNG pattern. And then once you get half HP down, it's gonna spawn the 3 totems, and then after you kill the 3 totems, it's gonna be vulnerable, so then you get like a lot of time to kill it. And the wolflord has a lot less HP than you would expect it to have, and that's obviously a good thing, because you know that way you can DPS it down faster. And yeah, it's just like really annoying to run around and try to hit these like 3 totems with Geo. But after that, like I already ran out of time because kind of wasted a bunch of time on the first half, so I had to redo it. But you can see like it's definitely enough time to clear the wolflord. And yeah, you just need lucky you want to be lucky and you get like a good pattern, I guess. Like it does an attack where it actually comes down, so you can get like good good damage uptime on it. And those patterns are generally like when it does like the tornado thingy, or when it does a thing where it shoots like a laser, like this like laser thingy out of its mouth. And those are like the patterns that you kind of want. And once you get, and with that like with that time that it comes down, you kind of want to, you know, do enough damage to it to get like half its HP down. But yeah, what else is there to say about that? Yeah, you want to precast your stuff when you know that it's gonna be it's gonna do the attack pattern where you get a lot of damage uptime on it, so you get maximum DPS uptime. And yeah, those are like basically everything that you need to know. I saw this strat on YouTube where this guy used like a Zhongli pillar and eula to like, what do you call it, like, I don't know, hit the wolflord while it's still in the air and then just like kill it without it even going into the second phase, which is like kind of crazy. And I wanted to try that, but eula is not C6, so it's like basically impossible to get enough damage to kill it with one burst, and it's just still gonna come down and spawn the 3 totems anyways. And there, like, my eula burst didn't crit, but you can see like that pattern where it shot the laser out of his mouth, like that's like a really good pattern. And here I got another lucky pattern, like lucky attack from this guy, where he did like this tornado thingy. And yeah, it's like half HP now, and it's gonna spawn the 3 totems soon, so I just want to get my burst back so I don't have to worry about it later when it comes down, because it's gonna waste, it's gonna like spend what do you call it, it's gonna waste like part of my DPS uptime when it's like vulnerable on the ground, and I don't want that, because once it gets back up, like you have to wait for it for a really long time again, and that is just really annoying. So yeah, and I was just like running around, I just want to dodge those things that it shoots at you. Obviously, like if you're running like a not invested Geo character just to break these shields, you're not gonna have like that much HP on it. So yeah, just want to make sure you dodge those attacks. Now it's just go eula, go ham on it, and I'm not really worried because I have like, I can do a bunch of front loaded damage with this team, well, like big numbers and stuff, so I know that it's gonna die in time. And yeah, pretty easy. This bus is like pretty easy compared to the previous one, so I'm just glad I have to retry like a bunch of times this season. And next up is the J Plume Tertium, and one thing I don't like about it is it self-applies Dendro, and when it does that, it obviously it's gonna start burning, and that's gonna grief your vaporize reaction, because you can't vaporize and keep a Hydro Aura properly on the chicken when it's burning, because obviously it's gonna be pyro, and yeah, it just griefs your damage. But International is so broken that it doesn't even matter. So yeah, that's like a big upside, I guess. The team is just too busted. But yeah, I can't even keep Hydro up, like Hydro on it, because I don't know, I guess I'm bad. And also like it moves around a lot, so you can't like attack it properly. And you also have to like you have to iframe a bunch, so yeah, obviously you can't attack as much on Child, which is not very fun. And yeah, see, that was like a pretty scuffed run, not gonna lie. And here it's also really scuffed because, if I remember correctly, like my my combos on Raiden was like really terrible. I don't know, I was just playing really bad, but it doesn't matter because this is super easy, so I can get away with it. But yeah. Just a matter of getting my Raiden burst back, so I can just use it on these guys. But I don't know if that was a good choice, to be honest. Yeah, you can see like my terrible Raiden combos and stuff. And okay, Diona dies, so there's no way that I'm gonna clear in this run because it's corrosion, and obviously like eula you need to keep attacking, so otherwise you will not get enough damage. So you know, I'm definitely not surviving 3 Rift Towns like beating me up at the same time, so just retry because kind of need like Diona to be alive in order to clear. So this time I think maybe I'll be better, I guess, but you never know. I also don't bother doing the double soul side up because I just don't think it's really worth it. Yeah. Okay, this is kind of scuffed, not gonna lie. But I think it's fine. I think it's doable. Hopefully. Okay, yeah, I can't even keep Hydro on the chicken because it does like attacks like a bunch of knockback, and you have to like iframe or like you just get knocked back. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. And it has burning, so another problem that doesn't allow you to keep Hydro on him. Yeah. I think I just skipped Kazuha for some reason. I don't really know why. That was weird. I was like not the play. I don't even have half of the health of the Tertium gone. So I don't really know how I'm supposed to clear this in time. But maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe I'll surprise myself. Okay, I actually kept like decent Hydro uptime this time, so I actually got like decent damage for some reason. But just like barely enough damage to kill it. And then the second cycle, and I also didn't swirl Pyro, which is a noob moment. Rip that run. That was scuffed. But yeah, I think I still clear properly this time because you know it's this is really not that hard. And yeah, just wanna ult down these guys. And there's 2 waves of these small people, and they usually just get 1 shot by my ult, so that's like pretty nice. Yeah. You can see like these scuffed combos. I don't know, there's just like too much happening on the screen. I can't even see like what attack my Raiden is on. Yeah, I think I hit these Rift Towns with my ult. Well, I hit 2 of them, which is not bad at all. Just pop my ult, and yeah, just go ham. There's not really much to say. Oh, also these guys spawn those like Clash Royale earthquakes under me, like that, like the last Abyss cycle. There's the Eremites that spawn these earthquakes, and if you're not careful, you're gonna die from them. So yeah, that's like really not fun at all. But yeah, just one more Raiden ult, and I should be able to take it away here. No, still 30 seconds left. Not really anything difficult to do, and yeah, I actually do like proper combos there at the end. So yeah, pretty easy Abyss overall. If I had to say, if I had to give it a review, I would say it's like, I don't know, yeah, just easy. Freemo gems, you could say. Freemo gems out of 10. That's my rating for this Abyss. Next update is going to be 3.4 Spiral Abyss, and I hope to see you guys in that video. Hopefully I'm going to have both Hu Tao and Yelan, but that's like it's like never gonna happen because I have no Primo Gems. I literally griefed my Primo Gem reserves. You know, depending on how many Primos I have, I might just only roll the Weapon Banner or something like that, because can't pass up this chance. Oh, every time I've griefed my Primo reserves is because of the Weapon Banner, and 3.4 I think it's gonna be Aqua Simulacra and Staff of Homa, and I have guaranteed, so because I griefed. I rolled on the Polar Star banner for Child, and I got the Scoured Atlas, and yeah, you can hear the pain in my voice.